And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
You want to come back again? I see you taking all the limelight last time. So
anyway, it's all kicking off here. It's all kicking off here. We've got some really good banter going on here. We're still at the Business Growth Show, and it's really good, isn't it?
It is, yes, it is. It's been a pleasure being here.
Matthew.
Yeah, pleasure meeting you as well.
You are visiting today, and where have you come from?
From Milton Keynes.
Oh, you come from Milton Keynes, all the way from Milton Keynes for this show?
Yeah, I mean, I lived in Birmingham for a while. I've been out of Birmingham for the last 5 years. Yeah. Relocated to Milton Keynes. Yeah. But this is my spiritual home as such.
Okay.
So I've come back today to support Mark Linton. This is more or less his event. Yes. And Mark and I have known each other since this was a concept in his head. We were both part of Birmingham Chamber of Commerce.
Wow. Okay.
And Mark didn't even have this setup, so I've come back now as an invitation from Mark. Yeah. Just to see what he's been doing and just also to expose my business, what we're doing right now.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. So what is it that you're doing right now?
Okay, so we are asset finance and finance lender to small and medium-sized businesses. My background, again, with that move from the last 5 years is that I've spent those years working part of a big bank, private bank, with an asset finance function. My background is legal, so debt recovery was my forte. And I've seen businesses, small and medium-sized businesses, struggle, get into problems, difficulties that could have been foreseen at the start. Yeah. And then I've tried to help them either rescue the business or salvage whatever finance was there. Okay. Part of what I'm brought to this new business, which is called Response Business Finance, is risk management or risk assessment. Okay. So you might have a small business who the directors now set about trying to expand, wants maybe 25, 30,000 pounds because in his mind, that's what he thinks he needs to get his business going. But he hasn't weighed up whether or not the business is seasonal, transitional, whether or not he can afford, or even that finance will become later on a strain to the business. Yeah. Maybe it can be structured in a way where the finance is split, between different levels at different times. So a part of what I do is assess the business. I mean, if you are in need of funds and you want to get that funding, I can help you with that. Response Business can get that finance to you, but we have to vet you properly to make sure that we're not going to put your business in trouble. That's all it is.
Fantastic. So it sounds like a very much like a consultancy service that you're providing, which specializes in. I like the risk management because I'm in risk management as well.
Really?
Different type of risk management, not financial risk management.
Okay.
And it's amazing how much you can mitigate risks by calculating them in the first place. Yeah. And maybe looking at projections and prospective things that are likely to happen and not happen.
Well, you have to understand, entrepreneurs are risk takers in themselves.
Yes.
Most people work Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, because they know at the end of the month on a specific day, this is what is going to be in their bank account, and then and they have the disposable income. Yes. Once you take a step away from that and put yourself on the line, then it's a risk.
Exactly.
And expansion is a risk as well.
Yeah.
But it needs to be a risk that is measurable and a risk that doesn't expose, especially if you have a business and you're supporting other people by employees. Putting the business in danger also puts livelihoods in danger as well.
Exactly.
So you need to take these risks. They're necessary, but they're
calculating the risk appetites. We can figure out whether something is worth taking the risk for or not. And do you, in your industry, do you have risk ratings?
Oh yeah, we do have risk ratings. But what I would say is this. We've gone through recessionary cycles, and the last recession is still fresh in the minds of many. And a lot of people blame the bankers and the finance industry for the recession because a lot of money was pushed out. And the way that finance brokerage works is that it's commission-based. So you're more or less selling finance. Sometimes there are people in there who are not, I wouldn't say trustworthy, but they don't have merit. And they may want to sell because they have a target for commission. And it may not be in the best interest for the person. Because really and truly, so I spoke to a client just yesterday. I surprised him because he's one of his one-man businesses. And we've been emailing each other, but he's not been able to arrange a meeting. So I went out to his business. And I could see that he's the man in the van. He's got his wife and his partner working there in a very small setup. But because of the workflow, because of the amount of work he's doing, he doesn't have time to set aside to be able to do a face-to-face meeting. And I said, okay, now I get a feel for the business. I can see that he actually needs to expand and he has work coming in. So it gave me a better understanding.
Sure.
Most finance people sell a product to someone over the phone. And you say you want
without truly understanding the business.
The business, exactly.
So usually this is a packaged deals rather than something which is bespoke and tailor-made for your needs. And I like that because I work in the same way. I rather provide bespoke service rather than on off the shelf, even when it comes to training.
Oh yeah.
I don't deliver training when it comes, like a set syllabus for everybody, although some people want that for certain things. Sometimes it works only for things like the food industry.
Oh yeah.
Environmental health.
Yeah, everything has its own. I mean, it's square holes, rounds.
I think this is the differentiating factor between somebody who's a professional in their field and somebody who's just learned things parrot fashion and repeating that, because professionals truly want to understand the nitty-gritty of the business.
Yeah.
And will try and help you as if it's their own business.
Well,
so
that's the thing. I mean, part of what Response Business Finance's ethos is making finance more personal. That's what the MD set up, and he brought people from around the industry who had that same sort of feeling.
Excellent.
I mean, I've worked together with the MD a couple of times on recoveries part, but I thought, okay, I can add to the business because I can then help people stay out of trouble instead of helping them while they're already in trouble. That's the difference.
Yeah.
And it's funny, when I spoke to that guy yesterday, he told me that he wanted 25K. I said, well, you got a figure from? He said, well, tradition, this is his concept. If you ask for 25, most lenders will try to lend you half that, and that's what he needs. And I said, no, actually, the way that finance is structured, it's a selling thing. You may ask 25, and someone, because their target commission needs to get to 30, will offer you more. But again, they don't know what your business is about.
Exactly.
So part of what we're trying to do again is I mean, it's difficult to manage once you grow because you can't always be with everyone holding their hand through the process. But we're trying our best to do that.
Ladies and gents, if you need any kind of help with the financial management of your business, this is the man to see. His name is Matthew from Response Business.
Response Business Finance, and I'm on LinkedIn if you want to contact that way.
Excellent. The full name is Matthew Stapleton. What's your website address?
Oh, sorry.
Website?
Oh, responsebusiness.co.uk.
Responsebusiness.co.uk. Matthew, it's been a pleasure speaking to you. Enjoy the rest of the day.
No problem at all, my friend. A pleasure.
Take
care.
Thank you very much.